your day, I bring my night. You bring your love, I bring my light. We are the earth, the stars and sun, and all are one. You bring your thoughts, I bring my words. We are the sea, the song of birds. We fly, we dance, we crawl, we run, and all are one. Immersed in God, where all our love. Immersed in love, where all our God. We bring our joy, we brightly shine. With all our flaws, we are divine. And at the end, we've just begun, and all are one. You bring your day, I bring my night. You bring your love, I bring my light. We are the earth, the stars and sun, and all are one. Immersed in God, where all our love. Immersed in love, where all our God. You bring your thoughts, I bring my words. We are the sea, the song of birds. We fly, we dance, we crawl, we run, and all are one. We bring our joy, we brightly shine. With all our flaws, we are divine. And at the end, we've just begun, and all are one. Immersed in God, where all our love. Immersed in love, where all our God.
And in this divine moment of recognition that the one power, the one intelligence, the one all-knowing, all-seeing divine mind lives in me as me. I am in perfect alignment and harmony as this spirit. Today and every day. And I am so, so grateful for the feeling of love, the feeling of life itself, the newness, the change, the awakening within me of the truth of my being. I am so grateful for the light and the feeling of the warmth of the light that I recognize in each and every person and in myself. I am so grateful for the feeling of beauty that I see in the art of the universe and in myself and others. Oh God, this is such a beautiful, beautiful world. That is my focus, to see the beauty in life itself, in me and in everyone. And I feel this beauty. I feel the feeling of the power itself, transforming my life, renewing life itself in each and every one of us. Oh, I feel that feeling, and I hold that feeling at the center of my heart. I am so, so grateful. So grateful for peace. And I feel the feeling of peace in my soul, in my heart, in my spirit. I feel peace. I'm so grateful for the feeling of joy and happiness that I take with me. I carry it with me each and every moment. And I am so, so grateful for the Center for Spiritual Living, North Jersey, and its radiance that folds itself into the world, into life. I'm so grateful for each and every person and the gifts and talents and skills and consciousness that each and every one of us brings to the table of life itself. And I feel that feeling of how beautiful we all are in our diversity, inclusion, our colors, our cultures, our upbringings, our uniqueness, and all that we are as diversity. For I feel that feeling that diversity is the power. And the more I feel one with diversity, the more I know I am the Christ consciousness expressing itself as truth. So I give thanks this day for our speaker, Dr. Reverend Michelle Wadleigh, and her empowerment. I give thanks for our beautiful host, Reverend Evelyn Bourne, and I give thanks for the beautiful music from Ty Stevens. So grateful for all of our members and the beauty that they bring to this wonderful experience. So grateful for our practitioners that celebrate each and every day that beautiful idea called spiritual mind treatment. Our prayer partners. Oh, how grateful we are for our prayer partners. And I am so grateful for the ministers of our center. So today, I carry joy and all the good into life itself. And I remain steadfast, diligent, and quiet as I move forward into knowing this truth every moment. I now release this treatment into the mechanical law that always says, yes, my child, it is done. And I give thanks, and so it is.
And so it is. Thank you, Reverend Donley. That was beautiful. So now it is time for our March affirmation. We are in a brand new month of March. And so I will read it aloud. You can read it. You can remain on mute and read it. We can read it together. I am living my life out loud, fully, boldly, and wildly. Yes, I am wonderfully alive and well. Yes, I am a beautiful demonstration of God's creation. I express myself without any hesitation, exactly as I am, no pretense, no excuses, just living life wonderfully alive. Take me as I am, world, for this is all I have, and it is so, so good. Okay, and so now I would like to introduce our speaker, which is our own beautiful Reverend Dr. Michelle Wadleigh.
Thank you, Evelyn. Good morning, everyone. Good to see you all. There's a lot going on in the country that only a small portion, small part of us might be aware of. No matter how much I try to avoid news, that it's amazing how that which I need to know does show up for me. And so the peace practice today, I'm asking us to become sensitive to our spiritual brothers and sisters of the transgender category. I'm asking us to move into a state of peace inside that acknowledges, so we can acknowledge that we don't have to be the same to accept each other. Acceptance does not require sameness. And yet the non-sameness is so much pain is caused and so much disconnect is caused. But I want for us, this community of people, which in here represents a few different spiritual communities, I'm asking you right now to go inside and to bring to mind this conversation around transgender and let yourself be honest and feel what comes up for you. Just feel what comes up. You don't have to judge your feelings. You don't have to change your feelings. You don't even have to like the subject. All I'm asking is that we continuously evolve in our awareness of who we are being in the world. And now once you have that identified, just take 2 or 3 breaths in through your nose, out of your mouth, and just see if you can just lay the feeling down. You don't have to do anything with it, just breathe through it. Now, please, with that feeling of quiet and ease and a settled body, repeat after me. I am the peace I want to see. I know this peace for my family. I know this peace for my community. My community knows and models this peace for the world. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for always seeming to respond to that call to action. I really appreciate you doing that. I really appreciate you doing that. So today's talk, the title is Do You? It's the only thing you're good at. And yet I'm going to question whether or not that's true. We're going to leave that as a question. Living a raw, undefended life is your call. It's your call to be. That's the way we are called to be. Imagine being you, all of you, without excuses or explanations. How glorious would that be? And I wonder, by a show of hands, how many of you believe you live an authentic, undefended life completely, with a show of hands? Okay, so there's a few of you. All right, a few. All right, thank you. So I want to speak to the quote that's associated with this month. This month is the whole month of February is looking at authenticity, and which is so great because now I'm my podcast partner, Reverend Alan Vukas from Rhode Island. I get to investigate that with him this whole month, and he is the writer of these, or the focus of the theme. And please find us on our podcast and subscribe, if you will. But the quote is, "Be yourself, everyone else is taken." That quote came from Oscar Wilde. Now, here's the thing you might not know about this man. He was a gifted, celebrated playwright in Britain, okay, in the late 1800s, whose career ended abruptly when he was prosecuted and sentenced in 1895, serving 2 years of hard labor for gross indecency with other men. Upon his release from prison, he left Britain and died in poverty in 1900 at the age of 45. So here is this man, brilliant. There's a lot of agreement that he was brilliant. Here he is celebrating his essence and looking to have you celebrate your essence by saying to you, "Be yourself, everyone else is taken." And yet the world couldn't make room for him. The world had to object. My Lordy. They object so much that clearly his own heart was broken. Because that's when we can't be us, when you can't be you, that practice of denial has real implications, by the way. So those of you who are married or in a relationship, or maybe even in relationship with children, those of you who are bosses, there's a lot of different categories. There are times throughout every day that my guess is that there's something you say or you don't say, which was not exactly what you wanted to say or not say. There are we not everybody all the time. Okay, I don't want to be general. And yet I pay attention to human nature a lot. I know that even in my household, and I believe that we live in a very respectful, mutually respectful atmosphere in our home. But I guarantee you there are times that my husband alters what he does or doesn't say. And I know there's times I alter or don't say something. And I bet you do too. Who can admit that fairly often you recognize you edit yourself? Okay. So when you're editing yourself, what is that about? What is that about for you? What part of you is not worth expressing? What part of you does not feel empowered enough? What part of you is worried about what the other person is going to say? Everybody catching? Track this with me. Because I guarantee that even those people who said when they raised their hands, when I said, "Do you live authentically?" I wonder if you were including this part. When do we find the courage to be without excuses, without defending ourselves, without trying to fit in? When is that going to be the way we are? What would that take? And I want you to think as you're listening to me, what would it take for you to be 100% you without altering your behavior, without altering what you say? And if you have some answers, I'd love for you to put them in the chat. I'd love for you to share that. What would it take? What causes you? What's the why about why you defend yourself? Now, I guarantee some of those reasons is you want to be nice, right? You want to be nice. You don't want to hurt someone's feelings. Well, can you hurt someone's feelings? Do you actually have the power to go in and cause someone pain? Do you really have the power to do that? Maybe in the normal world, but in this community, do we not know better? Can I actually cause you to feel something? Not if we're taking full responsibility, not if. And yet the fact is, And sometimes, and I know with my grandchildren, I'm very careful that I never say to them, oh, don't, if I ask for a kiss and I don't get it, oh, don't hurt Nanny's feelings. I will never say that, because then I'm teaching them that they can cause harm in me. You cannot cause harmony. Can you say something that I'll react to? Absolutely. Do I always feel secure? No. I would like to lie to you about that. I would like to tell you I was 100% confident all the time, but that would be a lie. I do know that if I had a scale, that where I am now compared to where I was even a couple of years ago, there's a evolving, upward spiraling increase in my confidence and my willingness to not dumb down. Because the last thing I want to do, a long time ago when I was young, 20s, I had a child by the time I was 21, so I can't say pre-kids. But there was a point in my life, and this wasn't a lot, but we would walk into a restaurant and people would turn and look at me, and I wondered what was wrong with me. I wondered what was wrong. I never considered that they might be looking at me because I looked good. I didn't consider that. So I've walked around in this bubble for a good bulk of my life, lacking the self-worth, because that's what we're going to tie together, lacking the self-worth that I needed in order to be authentically me. And then every once in a while, when I have allowed me to come out, when I am allowed, do I allow myself to be bold and kind of zany or crazy, I've been rejected for that. I mean, the fact is, and Neil knows we're in this conversation a lot, there are many categories, and many times when I don't feel allowed in, I don't feel included, I don't feel invited. And I don't know what that's about. So my job has been to not make it mean something. You catch that? So we want to watch our thought patterns. We want to watch, when do we make it bad to be us? Are you more educated, so when you're around other people, do you lessen your language so they don't feel bad? Are you very successful, and so that when you're around other people, you don't want to have them feel intimidated by your success? Because these are things that we do. I remember there was only a couple of times in my life when I had more money than I needed. Trust me, only a couple times. But I can remember at the point of having some money, I felt obligated to try to buy bigger presents, to pick up the check, because I wasn't comfortable. That wasn't comfortable for me. So I thought I had to buy people's attention and buy their agreement and buy their friendship. I got news for you. It didn't work. It didn't work. It doesn't make a difference. So there are times throughout our lives where instead of just being your raw, undefended self, you quiet it, you calm it, you color it over, And so a lot of that happens between races also, to get accepted. It's a really challenging time for us. So cultivating authenticity is not about becoming who you are. Rather, it involves us releasing the patterns of thoughts, attitudes, and actions that act as barriers to us standing in our personal truth and power. So right now, I want to ask you to do something for just a quick moment. Close your eyes for a moment, if you will, and just take one breath just to get away from the service for a moment. Now what I'd like you to do is practicing radical honesty. When was the very last time? The very last time, it might be this morning, might have been last night. The very last time that you can be aware that you altered what you said to someone, or the way, or behaved in a way that was altered because of who was in the room, because of wanting approval. So I'm going to let you ponder that for just a moment. So pay attention now. If you've identified that, what did that feel like in you? What does it feel like to not be 100% you? Excuse me. When you're ready, open your eyes. Did everyone find an example? A lot of people, not everybody. Okay. So, excuse me, folks, I'm just recovering from the very end of a little cold. Oh, Ty says he feels splintered and fragmented. Can you get that? Can you get that? Every time you lie to fit in, and lie might be a strong word. It might be you just hide yourself a tiny bit. You might hide you might be in a group of people. You love us, right? Let's say you love us. You love being here. But what happens is you go around a different crowd of people and you hide your spirituality because it seems too weird. Anybody do that? Anybody dull the light, that light? That's sad, right? Doesn't that feel sad? And and you're here. So you must love you enough to be around this empowering conversation. And yet some part of you denies it and denies who you are when you're around others. Holy moly. So where else does that happen? Where else do you? Yes. Oh my God. Yes. Kathy Duca just said it feels like she's betraying herself. Yes. That's what happens. You are, and I'll own this, are betraying the presence of spirit in our lives. Because if we believe that there's only one and that we are all of that one, where is the conditioning? Or let's recognize that it's conditioning that has us create these barriers. How do we move beyond the barriers, folks? How do we get there? No, I'm going to give you a couple of things to focus on. Excuse me, 1 second. 1 second. I'll be right back. Unpleasant blowing my nose on screen. And yet, why not, right? I'm sitting here talking about it. I mean, and there are so many human things that we think are wrong. Anybody get really embarrassed if you walk out of a bathroom and there's no way to get rid of the fragrance? You're laughing, but come on. It's the most human thing there is, along with farting and burping and blowing your nose and all those other human things. And I know I'm at the top of the list for, getting embarrassed, top of the list. But this is human. This is your human essence, folks. And how beautiful it would be if we just stop making everything such a big deal. Such a big deal. So this is what I'd like to encourage you to do. As you're out and about now in the world, moving around and engaging other people, when you feel yourself, when you get that little feeling that you're about to say something because you want to be seen differently, you want to be accepted, you want to be allowed into a group, Feel into that and ask yourself, why am I hiding? Why am I hiding? Why am I hiding my light? Why am I hiding my creativity? Why am I hiding my spiritual connection? You know, I volunteered for something locally. I volunteered to be part of a group, and I didn't know anybody. I didn't know anybody there. I don't know about the rest of y'all. I don't walk into a room not knowing anybody with any ease. That's not really in my wheelhouse. So when I do that, it's taking all of me. And I remember sitting down, I said, hello, I got a name tag. I sat down, and all of me wanted to leave the room. I wanted to leave the room. I didn't know them. I didn't necessarily feel accepted by them. And I just wanted to get the hell out of there. And inside my mind, I coached myself. I said, just stay put, stay put, stay put. It won't stay like this. It won't stay like this. It won't stay like this. Okay, so then the meeting started, and I was the person who the least in the room. I'm a newcomer. So I said very little. And then at the point when I started saying something, somebody, yes, Bill, he says, it feels like it's being ashamed of yourself. Yes. Oh my God, these are great, great awarenesses, people. So what happened was, when I started speaking, because I've been organizing things for 20 years, like I had a lot to offer, but I gave little, I only doled out little pieces because I wasn't, I was just trying to help. And I can see the person who was in charge. I watched her shut off, and I watched her shut me off. And afterwards, I thought to myself, oh my God, did I shine my light too bright? Did I intimidate this person? And I thought, well, that might have happened, but it's also not mine to take care of. It's not me to dull down. It's for me to stay so present with this person that she rises up. So in being authentic, dear God, what I beg you to be is to love on yourself enough and to be in touch with how worthy you are, how incredibly worthy you are of just being you without excuses. Without excuses. That will make you very vulnerable, which is actually next month's theme. The whole month is about vulnerability. But that vulnerability does not make you fragile like we think it does. It doesn't make you fragile. It just makes your heart available. I ask you to go into the world more raw than you have before now. Now, that doesn't mean throwing opinions around. That doesn't mean that. That doesn't mean entering a room and it's just, dumping everything you believe on whoever's in the room. But that means honoring yourself enough that if there's a conversation or if there's a question, that you can just say, this is what I believe. It's been, and I'm not singing some kind of upset here right now. It has been challenging for me being a minister without the degrees behind my name, earning degrees, but not through the academic system, and to try to stand in the confidence of what I know to be true. Every day is a day that I have to resort to the presence of God as my reality. Every day is a day that I have to resort as God, as my power and my source. Because my human mind measures, and my human mind makes me less than. And I'm not okay about doing that. I'm not okay about that anymore. I'm not. I am unwilling to not love myself. I love you. Why are we losing people? I know that Zoom is a little wonky this morning. Say to yourself, I'm unwilling to not love myself. Go ahead, say it to yourself right now. I'm unwilling to not love myself. Now, I know that sounds like a negative, like we're backing into reality, but there's a strength to that. I am unwilling. I refuse to not love me. That's powerful. I refuse to make excuses for myself. Feel the power of that. I choose to be me. I choose to be me. Yes? So between now and next week, we are in person at Celine and Jean's house again, just so you know. We are in person again there. So between now and the whole month, pay attention. Pay attention. Let your damn light shine. Let it shine. No excuses. Never be tempted to dumb yourself down. Please, dear God, make it an actual exercise. So, speaking of authenticity and doing and integrity, which is a beautiful thing, Regina, are you able to come on screen, or you have morning head or something? She's not responding. Okay. I'm going to sing her praises now. Anyway, oh, there she is. Hello, darling. So our beloved Regina, she was determined. The woman was determined. Where did you just go? There you are. And Regina, I want to do something. Because I want to do a major thank you here. Regina took it upon herself, and she found us it's not permanent like a 24/7, but Regina found us a new location. And as of April 9th, which is Easter, our Phoenix, and my birthday, we will start meeting in Montclair. We're back to our roots. And Regina, I love you. I thank you, and everybody. And you can even unmute if you want and just say, hey, Regina.
Thank you,
Regina.
Thank you, Regina.
Thank you, Regina.
Thank you, Regina. Good
Thank
work.
you.
Great job.
So happy that we're going to be
Thank you, Regina. Thank you.
Thank you, darling. Thank you. It was probably one of the easiest transactions that we've had happen in a long time. When right is right, this was right. So as of April 9, we have other in-person meetings before that at Celine and Jean's, but April 9, we will start meeting in the B'nai Keshet. It is a Jewish synagogue, the nicest people, a beautiful place, and it's on South Fullerton Street in Montclair. So we're back to our roots, which is so fun, actually. So I want you to be in your beauty and in your strength and in your whiteness and in your blackness and in your masculinity and in your femininity. And if you're somewhere in between on that scale, I want you to be that too. I want you to be you. Do you. You can't do anything else. Not well, not healthfully. To be fully you, it is about saying, I am worthy to be fully expressed. And hopefully you're muted, but just say that again and feel those words. I am worthy of being fully expressed.
I am worthy of being fully expressed.
Okay, everybody mute yourself though, if you don't mind. Thank you. I am worthy of being my authentic self. I am worthy of being the place where love resides. This is our truth. And I ask you to spread it, by being it, by sharing it, by inviting others into it. Have a beautiful and glorious day, beloveds. Thank you. And so it is.
Going to that place. The place where all things are perfect. Inside. I come to you when fear and doubt are calling. I run to you when I feel my spirit falling. I come to you when I feel my life is stalling. I come to you. I come to you when I need answered questions. I run to you for quiet moments of reflection. I come to you 'cause there's freedom in confession. I come to you. One day I really heard the words, seek and ye shall find. I realized to change my life, I had to change my mind. And so I find a quiet place to bring my cares to you. And in that silent space, I hear your wisdom coming through. I come to you when life gets too demanding. I run to you for peace and understanding. I come to you when my limits need expanding. I come to you. Before everything I do, I come to you. I come to you. The voice inside of me, the spirit inside of me, I come to you. The love inside of me, the life inside of me, I come to you. The still small voice, I come to you. I come to you, I lay my cares upon the altar. I come to you, I come to you, I come to you.